Hello, I'm Dr. Mohua. Today we have discussed the diversification as a method of reducing or the recent times which has been used for reducing risk. The next we come to the stock market. But as we were discussing diversification, we understand that they were negatively correlated. If we have taken the AC and the heater, we understand that both of the activities were negatively, the resources we are devoting to the activities are totally two diverse one, two opposite one. But it's not necessary that we will always go with diversity. There are certain ways in which we can we invest or we use money for to make money, but in the case it is not like that key all of them are inversely or oppositely related, but they might be directly related. For example, you see, we are talking about the stock market right now. So our next discussion is reducing risk. We are talking about the stock market. Now we know that we have got a risk and then we need to invest money so that we can generate more income from it. So now we have got n numbers of ways by which we can invest money. So now we invest in mutual funds with the different mutual funds, and then invest and then small investors, large investors, they pool the money and they invest it in their higher projects. So the small investors, large investors, medium investors, there is a connection which is made, and by which the money is invested finally in the industry, in the different sectors. But now the question is this: we should not the method when we come as a risk averter and we want to reduce our risk, the method is that we should not put all the eggs. It is said, it has been quoted that we should not put all the eggs in one basket. That is, we should not invest all the money in one particular fund and one particular mutual fund or one particular source. We should try to diversify. We should plot down as much as possible in a diverse way in investing. So investing our money. So for example, but it is one thing which I was talking about, that these variables are not directly correlated. This is directly correlated because directly correlated to what? To the economic phenomena. That is, if there is a recession, suppose, or if there is a boom in the economy, so automatically the entire money market will respond to it. Generally, we do not find that we find some exceptions obviously, but more or less all the mutual funds or all the agents will be responding it in the same way. If there is a recession, there is a drop, so immediately there will be drop in all the cases, and if it is a boom, so there will be positive in all the cases. So now that's why it's not always that, as I was talking about, in diversification it is always inversely related, but here it is directly related with the economic phenomena. But what we can do, even if with a direct relationship, we can reduce the loss by dividing, by separating, or by distributing our money, investing in a different sources, in a different mutual fund. So the people who pool together, even if the loss of A, B, C, D in 4 industry, suppose the money has got invested, not necessary that all of them will be affected by the recession in the same rate. So we will have a probability of at least someone doing better off, someone doing worse off. So we will be having something in between situation. So that's why it has been suggested that stock market is another solution or another method by which we can reduce our risk, and this method is considered to be the very highly been accepted. But how we diversify and we know what is mutual fund. It is an organization that pools fund of individual investors to buy a large number of different stocks or other financial assets. So mutual funds actually takes up small investors' money, and then we have got and then they invest it in a larger volume. So that's why in this mutual fund case, we understand that the more and more we segregate or we disperse our money distribution in different ways, then the load of the risk and the outcome of the risk will be distributed. So that's why the stock or the mutual fund is considered to be the another solution. in risk averse for the risk averter to reduce risk. And the third solution which has been said is as an insurance. So now insurance is another solution which is generally accepted, and buying insurance assures a person of having the same income whether or not there is a loss. That's a very nice thing. So insurance is something which is very much preferred mostly by the higher and higher risk with a very strong risk averter, high risk averters, because you know whether you have got a loss or you do not have a loss, it is sure that you will be getting an income of some specific amount after some specific period. So that's why it has been considered, insurance is considered also a very strong one method for reducing risk. So now it's because the insurance cost is equal to the expected loss, this certain income is equal to the expected income from the risky situation. So we'll be discussing how the risk premium is been determined in our next section, but to know it in a very broad way, the insurance cost is always equal to the expected loss. So suppose if there is a fire or whatever, there is a chance of whatever the expected loss might be, and that expected loss is only been considered to be the premium or the amount of money which is being charged from the clients. And now the question is that same fire doesn't happen for all of them, and so with that the premium payment is made. And so this is why insurance is considered to be the another method, and it is buying insurance assures a person of having the same income whether or not there is a loss. So there might be fire, there might not be a fire. So the question is that if there is a fire, then there is a loss, and so you earn an you get back the premium which you have paid. And if there is a no fire, then it is also all right, you were safe from the probable expected loss which you would have occurred. So that's why insurance is also considered to be another method of reducing risk in the discussion.